Hi everyone. Today's short Pilates video is focusing around the hips. This might be perfect for all you runners out there. We are going to start in standing and perform the roll down, making sure you are articulating the spine in flexion through this movement. You're going to inhale at the top to prepare and exhale as you roll down, keeping that chin tucked to the chest and making sure that your weight is centered in your foot. We want to avoid the hips moving back and really focusing on articulating your spine as you roll down to the bottom of your movement. From there, we are going to walk forwards into a high plank position. We hold, we take the knees down to the floor, and from there we're going to move into a runner's lunge. We're going to take the left leg forwards, making sure you keep your hips tucked under, your eye gaze looking straight ahead, and you're going to bend at your left knee. You're going to feel a stretch in that back right hip. You're just going to take it as far as you feel comfortable. From there, we're going to take your hands down towards the floor, coming into a deeper stretch for your hips, allowing them to open up. We hold it. And from there, we return back to that start position and take the other side. You're going to repeat again, keeping those hips tucked under and starting to bend at that right knee. Now feeling a stretch in that back left hip. Inhale at the top, exhale as you take it into that stretch. We repeat, bringing the hands to the floor and holding a deeper stretch. This will allow those hips to open up fully. From there, we move ourselves back and we take a 4-point kneeling position. This is where our knees are under our hips, hands under our shoulders, keeping a neutral spine and a neutral pelvis. You'll take the left arm forwards, right leg back, and starting to lift both limbs from the floor. Inhaling at the bottom and exhale as they lower. Try to think about length rather than height, and then we take a short pause on that last rep. We then move on to the other side. Inhale to prepare, exhale as we lower. Make sure you're drawing your belly button tight to the spine and keeping those hips nice and stable and holding on that last rep. From here, we're going to move into our side lying series. I'm going to demonstrate on this first side a slightly more classical position, which is where you're going to come up onto your elbow and interlock your hands around the back of that head and neck. We move our legs forwards, we lift our waist and rib cage from the floor, and we start to raise that top leg up towards the ceiling and lowering back down with control, making sure that your hips stay nice and stable through these movements. Inhale at the bottom, exhale as you lower. We then move into kicking forwards and moving that leg back. Again, we are looking to keep your body nice and still, keeping your hips stable. And our final movement is circles. You're going to inhale through the first half of that circle and exhale through the second. We're going to perform 4 in one direction and then 4 in the other direction. Keep that top elbow lifted. We then repeat on the other side. I'm now going to demonstrate a slightly modified position. This might be more suitable if you struggle with shoulders, or maybe you have a lot of tightness around the neck. We're going to take that top arm up to the ceiling as we repeat the same movements from our legs. Inhale and exhale. Really press that bottom leg firmly into your mat to help keep your body stable. We then move into kicking forwards and taking that leg back. If you're starting to feel a little bit unstable, we can take that hand down to the floor. This will help to keep your body aligned. Inhale and exhale. We then move into our final series, which is coming into circles. Again, really focus on length and stability. These are great movements to keep our hips nice and strong. Remember, we change directions. We 4 in one way and 4 the other. We're then going to move onto our back. And this is where we're going to come into a glute stretch. Bringing that right leg into a 4-fold position. And then raising that left leg into a tabletop. We hold this stretch, keeping our pelvis centered, keeping our head pressing down. We hold the stretch for a minimum of 30 seconds. Feel free to hold these for a little bit longer. It's important to make sure we're stretching those glutes. This will help aid our hips